Racer Radio on AM 1170 The Answer is sponsored by Love Radio Network.
Power on. Power on.
It's time to take your place on the starting grid and get ready for Racer Radio. Your host, Dave Stahl, about to take you for a white-knuckled lap around the motorsports industry, covering everything from top-notch national drivers and crew chiefs right down to your local kid racers and racetracks. Watch for the apex, because here comes Racer Radio with Dave Stahl.
All right, folks, welcome to Racer Radio, FM 96.1 AM 1170, The Answer. This segment is brought to you by San Diego Carburetor and Fuel Injection, 6622 University Avenue. If you've got a car that still has a carburetor, you need somebody that can work on it. Well, Stan is the man. He's had that shop longer than I think I've known him. SDcarb.com, SDcarb.com for all your carburetor, fuel injection, and he has one of the very few distributor dyno machines, if you can believe that. Because you can pull horsepower out of a distributor just as easily as you can carburation and fuel injection. All right. Well, we've got the happiest kid in town, Anthony Pellerin.
Yeah.
I said that correctly?
Yeah.
And his buddy, Dave, what do you call it, Buchter?
Yes, sir.
And your mom's boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to make him the bank. What do you think?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll make him the bank. We'll have him. Yeah. So tell the little folks about what happened to you out at Barona Speedway.
Well, we had went, it was our second week of going to the racetrack.
Right, so that was your second time there. Okay.
Yeah, second time there, and they were doing a raffle when we had got there, and I convinced him and my mom to give me the $5 to go do it.
And what was the raffle prize? What would you have gotten if you won?
It was to race a car the following 2 weeks.
Could you believe it when they said they were going to raffle off? You're not ride with anybody, not sitting on the passenger side, physically driving a race car.
Yeah, physically driving.
And how old are you?
I'm 14.
So you got lots of racing experience?
I guess so.
You guess so. So you won the raffle.
Yeah, I won the raffle. I was really shocked.
I bet. Have you ever won anything in the past?
Not really.
Yeah, so that was your first. What a great thing to win the first time. So Dave, you were there as well?
Yeah, we brought the kids out.
You probably could. Now, why did you bring them out? What was the reasoning to bring the kids out? Are you a fan of Barona?
I've always been a fan of Barona. I used to go back in the day, and we moved up to Ramona, and I said, what better thing to do on the weekends? We have the kids over.
Yeah.
Go out the racetrack and make it a fun event.
Yeah.
We got hooked.
Did you buy a raffle ticket?
I did not. I gave him my last $5.
Oh, your last $5. So they called the number out, and you went, OMG.
Yeah, well, I was standing right next to the booth where they were doing it, like the call-off, because my sister had to go to the bathroom. So
you might as well go there and hang out by the booth.
Yeah.
All right. So you won the opportunity to go out and not just drive it around the track. You were actually in a race, weren't you?
Yeah, they told me I was going to race once, but I ended up racing 3 times that day.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're talking, I think it's a Honda Civic.
Yeah.
Front-wheel drive. Eric Evans built all these cars and just did an awesome job from what I understand. And what number car did you get?
Number 9.
Okay, number 9. What color was it?
It was like a bronze, silver, gold.
All right. So you're looking at this race car. You're 14 years old. Were you into racing before you went out?
Not really, but I'd like to go watch it and stuff like that.
Yeah. So here now you got to strap yourself in the car. What was that experience like? Did they walk you through it?
Yeah, they were the ones that helped me put on, because we went out the day before and I had sat in the car and they'd show me how to put all the restraints, and there was so many like buckles and everything.
Aren't you glad you had them?
Oh yeah.
Because you don't think about it. You don't think about it. You go, well, I don't need all these belts. What do I need all these belts for?
Yeah.
But it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough out there. It's not a smooth asphalt track. You're running on clay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you got yourself in. You're belted in. Did they let you go out by yourself first just to see what it was like?
So that same day when we went out on the track to go practice, my first couple of laps I was going really slow, and then they told me to speed it up, and I had ended up crashing into the wall. I was turning around the corner and I slid out. Berm? Yeah, no, you slid out.
out.
I slid out and I tried saving myself, but I ended up hitting the wall. So
okay, How much damage? A little bit?
It was a little dink to the, what was it, right corner.
Yeah, but you didn't hurt the drivetrain or anything.
No, nothing really bad.
Did you? So you got that first thrill of being totally out of control.
Yeah, my adrenaline was pumping the rest of the day.
I was gonna say, because have you ever driven a car prior to this?
Well, the whole week before, me and him were going out in his car, his Explorer.
Oh, now that's a complete comparison, right? An Explorer over a little Honda Civic.
Yeah, but we were driving around the little neighborhood.
No, he's got to know where the pedals are. You got to know where the steering wheel is. All right, so you went out, you smacked how fast you think you were going?
15, 20 miles an hour.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
Because you don't do like I do when somebody says, go ahead and try it. I just put my foot to the headlights and whatever comes out the other end comes out the other end, which is not always a good thing. So you went out, okay, you smacked the wall, no big deal. You drove it back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you drove it back. Yeah, we'll just pick that one up in the air. Just flip it way up. There you go.
There we go.
Well, he's got all his buddies. He's got more toys than I got. Look at this guy. So they pulled it off, checked the car, made sure everything was good to go.
Yeah.
And then what did you do?
We ended up doing a couple more laps, and then we checked it, and we got the they told us what to do the next day, which was the actual race.
Uh-huh.
So the next day we went out there, and we were waiting in this big line. We were super confused of what to do.
Sure.
And we met up with them, and that's when I found out I was doing 3 races instead of 1.
You went, oh, okay.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah, what the heck?
But
It's
that
got 4 fenders.
Yeah.
I've already smacked 1. Heck, there's 3 more to go.
Yeah. But the race day, we went out for practice, and I did a lot better than I was doing the other day. I got the feel of it.
Well, you weren't as nervous. You kind of got a basic feel for it.
Yeah, I got the basic feel for it, and got to drive the car around. Then we did our hot laps, and the whole day I was in a fire protective suit.
Oh, okay. They gave you a driving suit?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the modified racers gave it to me, Kyle Morris. One of the modified races over there.
Because he knew you were going to have to get a suit to go out and drive.
Yeah, we had saw him out during practice over there, and they told me to ask him, and he just gave me the suit.
Wow, that's nice guy.
And let him keep it at the end of the ding. So.
Yeah.
You got to keep it?
Yeah, I got to keep it.
So now you got a driving suit.
Yeah.
Wow, how cool is that?
Yeah, it was really fun.
See, that's the kind of camaraderie you find at a racetrack, a local dirt track, a local asphalt track, whatever. Okay, so what'd you do about a helmet?
So the practice day, he had given me his motorcycle helmet, his old motorcycle helmet.
Okay.
And we used that. And then race day, they told us not to bring it, but they didn't have a helmet for us. So we had to race back home and go get that same helmet.
They told you not to bring it, but yet they didn't have one for you.
Yeah.
What are you
Couldn't
supposed to
find one yet.
Oh, you couldn't find one that would fit? Okay.
Yeah, so we had to go rush back home and go grab it, and then that's what I used to race with.
Okay. Was it open face or full face?
It was open.
Full face.
Or full
yeah.
face,
Okay,
yeah.
that's cool. Yeah. All right. So, and you had gloves, I'm sure.
Yeah. The modified racer also gave me gloves too.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's cool. All right. So now you're in the car, and isn't it the worst thing in the world to sit there before a race?
Yeah.
You're just sitting there, and your heart starts to pound, and your heart starts to pound. And I guess the most important thing is, did you remember to breathe?
Yeah.
Took a while, though, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first couple laps, you don't breathe. You hold your breath because you don't know what's coming up. How many cars were in the
there was
first race?
4 in total. There were 4 in the whole race because they had brought one guy down from Arizona.
Yeah, I heard that this guy had come down. So you got, wow, and you're the rookiest of the rookies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was the youngest too.
I'm sure they put you in the back or in the front?
They put me, so our hot laps, they put me in the back. And then during the main event, they put me right in the front.
Yeah, pole position.
On
the main event.
Whoa, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So hot lapping it, how'd you like? Because see, hot lapping it's getting closer and closer to what the real thing is.
Yeah, I was starting to go like halfway gas, and I was going super fast around the track. But yeah, it was fun.
Well, see, you know what they call it? Seat time.
Seat time, yeah.
Nobody ever becomes good without seat time, and it's just continual. There's driving schools you can take. if you want, there's a Corey Kruseman sprint car school that, boy, I'm going to tell you what, if you get into that, those are 600 horsepower sprinters. That's fast. And they do that up at Santa, I can't think of the name of it.
Paris?
No, it's up by the water. Oh, I can't think of the name of it. They just had the fires and everything. But anyway, it's an awesome track. Little small dirt track. All right. Now, see, I did good. I held it all the way to 15. Now we're going to take a break. And now you're going to come back and tell us about your 1, 2, 3 races and how well you did, okay?
Okay.
All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break. This is Racer Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170. The Answer.
Power on.
You did good. FM 96.1, AM 1170. The Answer. This segment's brought to you by El Cajon Ford, where nobody, absolutely nobody, treats you better than El Cajon Ford. Go to elcajonmotors.com, located at 1595 East Main Street. And did you know 80% of their trade-ins or their used car lot is from trade-ins? They don't go to the auction. They send cars to the auction. And if you've not been to Barona Speedway, holy moly, you've missed the most fun you can possibly have. I've got Anthony Pellerin and Dave Buchter in the house, plus Brandon, the small version of Toys R Us. He's over here. This kid's got more toys. I'm going to steal that shark. Anyway, so we've been sitting here talking racing. We've been talking the fact that Anthony lucked out and won an opportunity to drive a race car in the Hornet Series at Barona Speedway at the tender age of 14. Never been behind the wheel of a race car in his whole life. And if you missed the first quarter of the show, that was kind of how we got to race day. But before we do that, you had some folks you wanted to thank.
Oh, yeah. I would like to thank Eric Evans and his crew for letting me go out there and drive their cars. Kelsey Newman, which was another one of the Hornet drivers.
Yep.
Mike Pridgeon. He was one of the people over there. Kyle Morris, which was the modified racer who gave me the suit and the gloves. And then all of Barona Speedway.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to give a shout out to my dad, my sister, my friend Thomas, and Olivia.
Very good. So you're all set. You're sitting there waiting to go. And you almost want to yell at them. All right, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so they moved you out, and what happened from there? You took a couple slow laps?
Yeah, we took, I think it was 2 little slow laps, and then that's when the light went green and we started.
And then did you just panic and sort of put your foot flat to the floor?
Not really. My friend, he races like motorcycles and stuff like that.
So he gave you some tips.
He gave me some tips like a week before and told me to like put my foot slowly on the gas.
Very good.
But yeah.
Otherwise, you would have been in a circle probably, or you would have hit the wall again.
Yeah.
All right. So how would the first lap go?
At
speed.
Okay, so the first lap, my heart was pounding, and there were rocks flying all inside the car because it has no windshield.
Yeah.
And the heat laps, I stayed behind everybody just to get like a feel.
And you didn't want to get in anybody's way. You didn't want to cause a wreck, right?
No, I didn't want to cause a wreck, make anybody's car get damaged.
So you were this was the first race, was just kind of feeling the car out.
Yeah, just test the car out.
So we don't care how you finish because you were just testing the car out. Okay, so then you come off the track in one piece, and now the second race. Now the first race, where were you at? Did you start? Is that where you started pole?
That was the heat race, right?
The second race was the heat race.
Okay, so the first race you started in the back. Right?
Yeah.
And the next race, where did you start?
I started going faster, but I still stayed in the back because that's when they started wetting the track.
Right.
And I never been on a wet track because.
How was that?
Very fun. It's just it was a lot more slippery.
It's like I'm turning the wheel. It's not turning. Yeah. Okay, so second lap, you still start in the back, and you're feeling much better, except you were real comfortable with the way the track was until they put water on it.
Yeah, until they put water on it.
So now you messed up my whole thing. Now you got to kind of mentally start over, right?
Yeah.
All right, so off you go. How many laps were they letting you go?
So I think it was the practice laps, there was 5, and then the heat laps, there was 5. And then for the main event, there was 15.
And the 5 was plenty, huh?
Yeah, the 5 was long enough.
Because I tell you, when you're racing, man, after a while, it's like, what lap am I on? Okay, so you get out on the second one. You feel much better?
Yeah, I feel much better.
Okay, and then were you able to pass anybody, or did you still stay
I still stayed in the back.
Gotcha. All right, so now we're coming to the main event.
Yeah.
This is for all the marbles. 15 million miles you're going to have to race that night, right? Or that's what it felt?
It felt like it. Yeah.
All right, so where did you start in this race?
I started in the front. I was the front
pole
inside. Yeah, the pole.
Oh, and you know the importance of that position? That usually is for the fastest driver gets pole position. Normally. In this particular case, that just shows you the Salazars have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
You know, let's put the rookie up on the pole. Okay, so you're coming around because you're pretty much pacing the other three because they have to kind of stay back and whatever you do, they can't really do anything until you get on the gas and then they can.
Yeah.
Pew. How'd it go?
Well, the lineup was kind of annoying to get lined up with the other racers.
Sure.
Because you have to be at the same speed and stuff like that.
And everybody's jockeying back and forth.
And then the Kelsey, she told me right when it goes green, just take your foot off the brake and put it on the gas as hard as you can.
Right.
And then
hang on.
Yeah, and just hang on and enjoy the ride.
And how'd that first lap at speed?
It was shocking because I at the first couple races I wasn't going that fast, but I was flooring it the whole time. And it was a little shocking. I thought I was going to wreck a little bit.
Sure.
But yeah, I was hitting my turns really good that time.
The other thing, too, just to remember, the first race, it was the ground was probably not as wet.
Yeah.
The second race was sloppy wet. And the third race was probably almost like it was in the very first race, right? Still wet, but better traction.
Yeah, especially since we were the third race up.
Yes. So it's a lot of the ground's been packed in and a lot of it's...
Yeah.
All right, so now you're... And that I can imagine this first lap had to just be unbelievable.
Yeah, it was a little shocking to go really fast, but...
and survive.
Yeah,
Jeez.
and survive and not hit anybody.
So you 15 laps. Did you hit anybody in the 15 laps?
No, but everybody behind me and stuff were bumping into each other.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, that's sometimes they do that.
Yeah.
You know, that's when because you were driving as fast as you could drive. They're driving just a tad bit faster because, well, Kelsey, she's a racer anyway.
Yeah.
And I think she came out and won the race, right?
Yeah, she won the race.
That's so funny, too, because she's walked away from racing, and so she comes back one time. You watch, she'll be driving a Hornet in no time at all.
Yeah.
So, God, that's just 15 laps. Were you exhausted when it was over?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I was kind of exhausted, tired.
Yeah, because you're not, believe it or not, at year 14, you're not in shape.
Yeah, especially since you're having your mind's going a million miles, trying to get your hands in the right position on the steering wheel and try not let them slip away.
And guess what? There's 3 other people out there trying to go for the same spot you're going for, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, Dave, you're sitting pull close. You're sitting in the stands.
Mm-hmm.
Your heart's got to be going just as fast as his is.
Yeah. So me and Mom were nervous the whole time. I mean, it was, but it was that we were in the pits with him the whole time. So we got on the back side of the turn 4 there and getting to watch it and watching him settle in every lap got a little better, a little faster.
And you can tell, huh?
Yeah. And you can see it building. And then, my thing was I just wanted him to finish. Nobody getting hurt,
Right.
And he didn't get lapped. I mean, Kelsey's fast.
You didn't get lapped?
Did not get lapped.
No.
So he finished on the lead lap in his first race. What more could you ask?
Oh, you can't ask for anything more than that. And I bet the fans were just going crazy.
They were. Yeah, and he got to pull up at the end and all 4 cars in the front line there. You got it was just a cool experience all the way around.
Yeah.
And really encouraged us,
you're going to make it happen.
We're going to make it happen. You're looking for a car. So.
And which tells us now we'll be looking for sponsorship.
Yeah.
And when you go out and ask for sponsorship, okay, you have something a lot of drivers don't have. Even though I've told it to every Barona driver on the planet, very few take me up on it. But if you're coming to, Joe's Hardware, and you'll say, hey, man, I really could use a sponsorship, or maybe a tire company to supply you with tires, instead of saying, and I'll put your sticker on my car, which is, what, a 10-cent sticker?
Yeah.
And he's giving you a bucket load of tires, and what are you giving in return? Really nothing, because you're just going to go out and have fun. But if you tell them, thank you, I'm going to set up a TV segment, you can come down to KUSI in your shirt, drive your truck, and I'm going to talk about you on TV about the fact that you sponsored me.
Yeah.
Now, think about that as if you were a business and I was a kid, or the roles reversed. You'd got to be pretty excited about that, because that doesn't happen all the time. And because racers race, that's what they do. Racers race. They don't think about marketing. They don't think about any of those types of things. So you can do that, and you tell your sponsor radio and TV. The only radio show that does this, and the only TV show that does this as well. And I'm not blowing my own horn. I'm giving you an opportunity and a break, just like Dave is going to give you an opportunity and a break by helping you get a car.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. Now, your job is you got to just be a good kid. You got to make the right decisions. When in doubt, don't. Keep your grades up and have as much fun as you can.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody this morning at breakfast about your age. I said, you need to get a journal.
Yeah.
Start every night before you go to bed, write down your day.
Write down my day.
Not like, every minute, but the things that either impressed you or didn't impress you. But if you did that every single day until you get older than dirt, heck, man, you could give that to some TV producer and they'll make a movie out of it, because each one of us have a story.
Yeah.
All right. Pull that mic down for a second. All right. Put that in your face. Grab that mic. Okay. Tell everybody what's your name. What's your name?
My name is Brandon.
All right. How old are you?
4.
All right. So what do you tell me about some of your favorite toys you got laying in front of you? What's your favorite?
My favorite is this Hatchimal.
Okay. Which I have no idea what that is. What's that?
And this is my toy Triceratops, my favorite.
Okay.
My grandma bought this for me. It's a toy and it turns to a book.
Oh, and it's a fire truck. Are you thinking about being a fireman?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Have you got on a fire truck yet?
Nope.
All you have to do is have Dave take you down to a fire station and they'll let you get in a truck.
Yep.
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
So you think you're going to start racing like your brother?
Yeah.
Think you can beat him?
Yeah.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
I have competition now.
You got serious competition. Hey, guys, I can't thank you enough for taking time out of your day. In fact, don't go anywhere, because we're going to take a break, because when we come back, we're going to talk to somebody from Paris Auto Speedway, Jake Swanson, who won last night, and you guys will be able to interview him as well. So, folks, stay tuned. You're listening to Racer Radio, FM 96.1 AM 1170, The Answer. Folks, welcome back. You are listening to Racer Radio, FM 96.1 AM 1170. The Answer. This segment is brought to you by Certified Car Clinic, 11370 North Woodside Avenue in Santee. Anything from your everyday driver to your dirt car, your dragster, your sand car, Certified Car Clinic can do it all, from headlight to taillight. Also, they are the hose specialty distributor. If you want to put braided lines under your car and not have any leaks, that's where you need to go, hosespecialties.com. All right, hey, we got this. Oh, I did that backwards again. This is Paris Auto Speedway. Don't worry about it. I don't know why I'm talking about that one, but Paris Auto Speedway is running this segment, 18700 Lake Paris Road. I was just so excited for Jake Swanson. Jake Swanson is on the air. Dude, you passed 21 cars to get your first win.
Yeah, it was definitely not the easiest way of doing it, but
leave it to
certainly
Swanson.
The most exciting, I think.
Leave it to Swanson. We're not going to do it easy. We're going to put on a show, right?
Yeah, that's for sure, man. The amount of adversity that these guys, that my team just kind of has dealt with and seen. It's really a testament. We've had engine problems, we've had other problems, people on the racetrack crashing in front of you, whatever the case. It's just, it seemed like for a long time it was one thing after another. And when we put a night together, we were fast and we knew the car was good, but for whatever reason, there was something holding us back, maybe 10%. And we knew that we could, if we just put it all together, that we'd be a rocket ship. And sure enough, it all came together. It definitely didn't come together easy, but it sure did come together.
Well, you could always write a book called Trials and Tribulations of Dirt Racing, and it would probably be a bestseller. I just want you to know, I've got a young driver. Actually, he's never driven before in his life. Anthony, I don't know if he caught any of the show, but Barona Speedway sold raffle tickets for $5, and the winner got to drive a Hornet, which is a Honda Civic front-wheel drive, bone stock, roll cage, and seats. So he wins, and he just is in today, and he's talking about his experience, first time out, hit the wall once. And by the way, it's Ventura Speedway is what I was thinking about earlier. So I told him to stay here because I wanted him to hear your story, because in my world, you're a success story. Here's a guy that loves to race. All his friends and family support him. And for you to get that win last night, that had to be pretty epic.
It was. Yeah, it was. Especially, my dad was there. My dad's my biggest supporter.
Oh, great.
He's been with me the whole way, and I always love seeing the look on his face when we do something like that, when we do something really great. He about tears up, and he hates that he hates to show that, but it sure means a lot.
Tell him to let her rip, Tater Chip. Man, that you got to let go. I mean, come on, me, Louise. So, by the way, since Anthony doesn't know who you are or what you drive, why don't you give them a little rundown of what you sit in?
Yeah, so basically it's a 410 sprint car, and I don't know if you're familiar with sprint cars. They run wings or without wings, and we run the non-wing division. 410 cubic inch engine, puts out about just shy of 900 horsepower, and there's no transmission. There's no shifter or anything like that. It's basically just an in-out box, and you put the thing in gear, and you get a tow truck behind you, and you get pushed off. You're sitting on all that horsepower and all that torque, and there's not much weight. It's a 1,400-pound car. So it's pretty much just all underneath your right foot, and you stand on the gas too hard, you can flip the thing over pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
It's not like the Hornet where you mash the pedal and just hang on, because it's your car's front wheel drive, his is rear wheel drive.
Yeah.
And did I mention there's 23 other guys and possible girls out there right along with him?
Oh yeah.
Plus a half-mile track. Not a 3/8, but
yeah.
I don't know how you do it, man. I like I told you before, I drove one once, and man, oh man, I still haven't gotten over it. And I was by myself.
Yeah, a Hornet's a good starting point, though. I mean, if you're looking to get into it, you could get a lot of good laps, learn car control with that, and then from there, there's some sprint car rental programs, and some schools like Corey Cruzman or Wally Pancratz run these schools, and even in Ventura, that's where a lot of the schooling is done. Sure. Because the place is small and kind of controlled. But those guys are really accomplished race car drivers, and they can teach you how to race, and obviously how to get around the racetrack first, and then how to race from there. So
yeah,
if you're interested in it, that's definitely something to look into.
Well, like I told him, seat time.
Yeah.
You can't get enough seat time, and it's his mom's boyfriend takes him out in an Exploder, and he's got him out whipping around in circles. He just because he never sat behind the wheel of a car, so that was his first experience. And then he jumps into the Hornet. Dave deserves a big hug. I don't care what anybody says. That was pretty awesome. So
yeah, that's neat.
Yeah. All right. So, gosh, you're probably still on cloud nine. And was it one of those races where you just knew going in that this was going to come out positive? Or did you have to wait till the end?
No, not at all. I mean, anything can happen in these things. And obviously we proved that when we started up front. We actually had some trouble all night long with the engine. This was a fresh engine from Shaver, and he got it to us just in the nick of time. And luckily he was there kind of tuning on the thing. But we were just trying to get it running smooth and ironed out. And he was able to do that for us. And you know, we were still fast. We qualified second. We won the trophy dash, and then we won our heat race. But all throughout those wins, we were fighting plugs closing up on us, and the thing would kind of fall on its face towards the end of the run. So I would have to try to get a good size lead, or you know, get the time in early, so that way when the thing would fall on its face, I wouldn't lose too much ground. But obviously the car was still good enough to kind of carry us, even though the engine wasn't 100%. But luckily, you know, he got the engine perfect for the feature, and we rolled out, started fifth, jumped to third, and on the second lap, a guy just caught a hole and biked up and about turned it over in front of us. I had just nowhere to go. He landed on the front of my race car. It bent the axle back a little bit and broke the hood and landed on the down tube and stuff. And I ended up stopping, but he kept going. So right there, I mean, pretty disheartening, you know, second lap, and here we are parked up against the wall. I don't know how much damage we got, but I know we had the fast, you know, if not the fastest car, one of the fastest, and we were plenty in contention to win. So, but there was a lot of laps, and I was pretty pissed off. So when we took the green, I just tried to go forward as fast as I could, try not to drive over anybody.
And this was when this is when you were back 21 cars.
Yeah, I don't know where we actually started officially. I think it may have been like 17th or something. I technically 21 or 22 started the race, but I don't know how many, you know, were there when we restarted that second lap. But either way, it was just, you know, cars on the top, cars on the bottom, and I was trying to go where they weren't. Cut low, cut high, and cut through the middle, and you know, got by them pretty quick. Got to the point to where I got to fifth. Actually, I think we got to like seventh, and there was a yellow, and I got to fifth, and you know, I was just kind of watching the scoreboard. I knew we still had a shot. There was still some time left, and we were just good. You know, the thing was just really, really fast. And as long as I did my job and hit my marks and didn't make any mistakes, I knew we may still have a shot. And I got to third, and you know, closing laps, and I was at that point. You know, you're kind of pumped up because you just drove through the field, and I was definitely smelling blood because I was reeling those guys in, and there was that same hole in one. The track was actually pretty technical. It's pretty treacherous. There's some landmines that would bite you, and I think I was just kind of driving a little bit, maybe too hard. Just trying to get those spots, and I caught that rut real big. About busted my ass.
Oh my God!
The thing biked up pretty good, and you know, it kind of rode on two wheels. I thought it was just going to set itself down, but then it went up even higher, and I thought for sure it was going to grab the right front, and I was going to flip until the catch fence. But
yeah.
Somehow the thing set down, and I couldn't even tell you how I did it. It just did it.
You just hammered it. You just hammered it once you got back down.
Well, at that point, I hammered the gas, but it didn't go because it was all loaded up. I don't know if it was because I hit the hole hard or what the deal was, but I actually had to. It gave me some time to fix my helmet. My helmet kind of fell down in front of my face. I landed down so hard.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, just gas the thing back up, and you know, the following lap, looked up at the scoreboard, knew I had, you know, a handful more laps, and as long as I didn't do that again, we still had a good shot, and was able to stick the bottom even better than I even anticipated, and the thing just carried me right past those guys.
God, I bet they couldn't believe it when they look up and hear you come. Oh my God! Now, what about the axle? Was the axle bent from the first incident?
Yeah, it was pushed back. It wasn't pushed back very much. It was pushed back maybe a couple inches, but
maybe that's a positive.
Left front.
Maybe.
Yeah. Put a little bit of left front lead in it. Maybe it's something we should
think about.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So you won a couple bucks?
Yeah. Actually, it was pretty nice. This deal that you know, Chris Holden Paris and USAC, and everybody involved puts on is really neat. It gets bigger and bigger every year, and I think it's cool for people to kind of put some money up for grabs and then watch and see what happens, because it totally elevates the level of competition.
Yeah.
When you got guys racing for a couple $100 for one lap, it's gonna make them drive harder and try to lead that lap,
Sure.
A little bit more than maybe they would.
Yeah.
You got guys running hard for a trophy dash, and then obviously all the extra money up for grabs in the feature just to win. It just elevates everything.
Yeah.
It definitely makes it more interesting. I'm sure it makes it more interesting for the people who put the money into, but you obviously can't thank them enough. It really helps people like us who are just trying to get back to the next race and trying to get better ourselves and
Well, it's giving back to grassroots racing. That's what it amounts to. And if you're going to go watch the race, and if you have the wherewithal to throw some money for the hard charger award, or whatever the case may be, anything from $100 up, as far as I'm concerned, can make a driver's day. Because a lot of you guys, not you necessarily, but a lot of people, they travel all over the place. Well, maybe you do. And that fuel, food, lodging, very rarely, if any, do you see some of these local guys making a living at this. It's what they do instead of their day job. All right, hey, before I let you roll, throw your sponsors out there.
Well, first and foremost, my race team, Team AZ, John and Mike, my crew chief, and then Craig and Justin, Wiz and Dustin. There's just so many guys over there that they bust their tails, and I'm not there to help with the race car and help do stuff, so kind of rely on them, and I know they work their butts off, so I got to give a big shout-out to them. And Lucas Oil helps me can-in, and there's a handful of guys that help those guys out too, but the biggest thing is all the people that stepped up and supported this night. With all the extra cash, it was really, really neat, and it's a big deal. We really appreciate that. So a lot of great people, way too many to even thank, made this night what it was, and I'm just stoked to capitalize on it.
Absolutely. Well, I'll send you this interview so you can put it in your little archives, and thank you for putting on such a great show last night, all the way from the back. And by the way, Scott Delosio says you came from the 21st slot, and Scott never fibs. So, all right, buddy.
He would definitely know best.
He would know best. The greatest announcer on the planet. All right, man. Have a good one. When's your next race?
Actually, a couple days. I'm flying out to Placerville on Wednesday to run a midget for JFM Jimmy May. So
there you go. All right. Well, you're going on a good run, so have fun.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, buddy. All right, folks, we're going to take a break. When we come back, a whole lot more right here on Racer Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170. The Answer. Listening to Racer Radio right here on FM 96.1 AM 1170. The Answer. This segment's brought to you by, I goofed up and switched them, but we'll throw Paris Auto Speedway out there. Great place to go watch racing. ParisAutoSpeedway.com. ParisAutoSpeedway.com. Check their website out. You can see the whole schedule right there. Well, this has been, for me, this has been a blast. We've had Anthony Pellegrin. Anthony was lucky enough to win the opportunity to drive a race car at Barona Speedway for $5 that he had to borrow from his mother's boyfriend, Dave Buchter. Good thing you had that $5 in your pocket.
That's right, yeah.
You were thinking about a beer, too.
Yeah.
Then, do I give him the ticket money? Do I get me an ice cold one? And it turned out to be pretty exciting. So
money well spent.
Very well spent. And then, of course, we have Anthony's little brother, Brandon, he's been doing special effects for us all hour. It's been wonderful. So now, Anthony, I'm curious, after listening to Jake Swanson, of course, he's running a car 10 times faster.
Stuff we watch on TV.
Yeah, the kind of stuff we watch on TV. So here's a guy that's been doing this for a long, long time. Does kind of listening to him make you maybe want to do more, or are you going to try to stay right where you're at right now?
I'm going to take it slowly, go. Yeah.
Very, very smart move. So now you guys are thinking about, getting a car, probably going to go talk to Eric Evans.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Eric and Troy, yeah.
Yeah, Eric and Troy because they'll, all they got to do is go find, and there's a billion of those little cars out there. And hopefully that class grows and gets bigger.
Yeah.
And if you're starting with it, that's the best part, because you'll have more seat time than anybody coming into it, because it's going to grow and grow and grow and grow.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're the big fish in the pond.
Yeah.
So what do your friends think?
They're actually really shocked I'm on radio right now.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah.
Anybody in specific you want to say hi to?
I want to say hi to my friend Jose.
Okay.
Like I said, my sister, my friend Olivia, my friend Thomas, my friend Diana, Marlette, and that's all.
Okay. Well, and anytime you want to come back, which you are coming back to part of the family, because once you get your race car, I've got little Racer Radio stickers. Remember I was telling you about stickers?
Yeah.
How useless they are. Well, I've got one for you anyway.
Thank you.
So we'll slap that on the card. I'll give you a couple extra in case you wad somebody up with it. But the fun part about this is, and all those friends that you just talked to, you can turn them into a crew.
Yeah.
Even though, because they don't know any more than you know, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So you take them to the racetrack. That way it takes a little pressure off Dave. And, of course, how much do you know?
As much as he knows.
This is great.
I know what I see on TV.
The blind leading the blind.
Yes.
No, but I got to tell you, Barona is probably the best place to start because of the community. Did you notice when you were out there how everybody, dude, you got a free driving suit, for God's sake.
Everybody was super nice, even the people you're competing against.
Not in a million years would you thought somebody was going to give you a driving suit.
Exactly, yeah. Especially how expensive they are.
Yeah, they're not cheap at all. Well, that was his way of talking somebody into getting him a new one. That's where that's coming from. Or some sponsor did. But, yeah, those are the kinds of things that you'll learn. And like you said, not in a million years. Last year, if I told you this was going to happen, you would have said no way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Raced a car on radio. It's going to be on TV.
Yep.
And you're only 14 years old.
Only 14, yeah.
But I have to tell you, for your parents, they've just done a phenomenal job with you.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, take this totally at heart. I talk to a lot of kids. You've got the ability, just the presence. You look me dead in the eye. You answer the questions. You follow directions. Yeah, you have a golden opportunity. But I can't emphasize enough, have as much fun as you can.
Yeah.
And when the bad things happen, like you hit a rut and it bends the wheel, it drives you in the air, as Swanson said, and their helmet comes down, can't get angry. There's no reason to get angry, because anger hasn't fixed anything. Not all the years I've been around. You just got to bite it. Did you? Well, did you watch the race last night, the NASCAR race at Bristol?
I was watching short track stuff on.
Oh, okay. Well, the only reason I bring this up is Matt DiBenedetto. Okay, this is a local kid, or not a local kid, but he's a young driver. Has basically doesn't have any money. He's racing for a team in a car that's 1 year older than, say, Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
And he came in second place.
Hard.
He was in front, and Denny Hamlin, when they gave him the trophy, first words out of Denny Hamlin's actually when they stopped him with he's getting the checkered flag, he said, "I feel so bad for passing Benedetto, because Benedetto's not going to have a ride next year," and he was almost in tears because he wants to drive next year.
Yeah.
But I see that in you. But have fun with it. Like I said, get yourself a journal, start writing this stuff down.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you're not going to be able to remember it when you get our age, huh, Dave?
That's right.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's get real down to nitty gritty. What's going to be the number on your car? Yeah. See, you got to think. You got to think about that.
Think about that.
Yeah. Has anybody in your family ever raced?
No.
None.
Never.
Huh?
None.
So you can't pull off of that. You have a number you like? That's just your lucky number?
8.
Okay, there you go. So there you go. And then, by the way, if somebody else has 8, you can do like 8A, 8B, what have you. But yeah, see, you got to start thinking about these things. Then you got to decide what color is the car.
Yeah.
Are you going to be the menacing jet black with a red 8 on the side, or are you going to be bright yellow so that way nobody will run into you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so these are all the things, some of the things to have fun thinking about. Maybe get some paper and pencil and start. Oh, that's right. You're a computer kid. You'll probably get on the computer and design it and frame it and put all the wheels on it. And then, like I said, then the next thing, the next thing will be going out and looking for some sponsorship, because we don't want to just put it all on one person or a family. This is it'd be a good experience for you to go to businesses, or if you know people, say, that owns a company, and just say, look, whatever you could afford. I'm not giving a dollar amount. I just would like to go racing every week, and whatever you can do. And if I can come by once a week, and whatever you decide to give me, I pick it up. I'll be more than happy to do that. Don't have them mail it in. Don't have them put it in PayPal. You physically go up, and in return, if it's a big enough, donation or sponsorship, say, hey, you want me to come out and park the car in front of your business on a Saturday? No charge. Part of the deal. Well, it's all about marketing, and again, giving back to that advertiser.
Yeah.
And you can have, and if you need my help in any way, shape, or form doing this, I'll be more than happy to sit down.
Thank you.
And give you the layout on it. Well, because I want you to do it right.
Yeah.
I don't want you to do it wrong and then have to stumble. If I can give you as many tools to succeed, then we're ahead of the game. Got to think of that number. Then you got to think of the color of the cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, go online and just look up race, or I'd use NASCAR paint schemes if you want to get totally carried away. But and then one other little thing I'll throw at you, because I can't tell you how many drivers I know, not a million of them, but Austin Edwards, he races, and any winnings goes to a charity. Yeah. And it's for animals. He works with a group called PAWS, and they have a no-kill shelter. So that's another thing too. If you're so inclined, never hurts to give back. If nothing else, you're not giving any money back, but say you put a particular charity or somebody that maybe needs help. I mean, I know I'm just throwing a million things at you, but it's fun.
Yeah,
something for you to think about.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, well, anything I can do to help, and then you can have fun with it. The main thing is you just, no matter what happens on the track, you just got to be above it all.
Yeah,
because it's just a race.
Just a race, yeah.
And you're not going to take anybody out intentionally, because you don't want to damage. Well, you'll know, because anytime you start bending that car up and find out what it costs to fix it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be going out and bending it, because you want to be the gentleman of the track. No matter what else goes on, you want to be the guy that's above the fray. And if you mess up, and you will mess up, and you will take somebody out, the minute you get stopped, you go over and you apologize. Say, dude, that was not done intentionally. I am so sorry. And then laugh. No, I'm only kidding. All right, well, we got to hit the dusty trail. Hope you guys had fun.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so we're going to come back. Gun Sports Radio right here on FM 96.1, AM 1170. The Answer.
You ride the trail that counts. Here's a happy.
Racer Radio on AM 1170 The Answer is sponsored by Love Radio Network.